YouTuber apology videos are always highly entertaining, but I've got something especially wacky for you today. It's not an apology, this is a YouTube response video from the head of a crypto company that recently found itself in some hot water after the iShowSpeed stream from earlier this week. For those that don't know, iShowSpeed is a huge YouTuber who did an entire stream earlier this week dedicated to shilling for a very shady crypto company called Paradox Metaverse. Since then, Speed has apologized, called it a big mistake, and wants to move on and learn from the experience. And I'm not here to tell you how to feel about all of that. That's up to you. I'm not Speed's PR manager or anything, and I'm not really here to talk about Speed. I'm here to talk about that company because the head of it made a response to all of this, and he just pooped out the shittiest shit I've ever seen in my life. It is terrible. This grown-ass man sat down to whine and cry about all of the people calling it a scam just being trolls and bots. He blamed the entire thing on like a cyber terrorist attack from bots trying to bring down his company. Or if they weren't bots, they were trolls that were influenced by the bots calling it scam. And then he provides no evidence to prove that it's not a scam, and instead just says, if we were a scam, why are we still here? We wouldn't be here if it was still a scam. If this was a rug pull, why hasn't it been rugged yet? He then issues a Galaxy Brain challenge to everyone to find a part in that stream where he said it was a scam, where he admitted it was a scam. And since you can't find a spot where he said it's all a scam, then it can't be a scam, obviously. Checkmate. I'm not even kidding. This is actually points that he's making in his fucking response video. It is so embarrassing. Where's their response video, though? I don't see that anywhere on here. That'd also be a really bad idea for them to post that publicly.
43 minutes into the video, we had an average 40,000 viewers.
That's just Speed.
Comments-wise, we had around 5 to 10,000 comments. We had two huge spikes. The first one being when we introduced fake Ronaldo into the stream. 3 minutes.
What does that have to do with anything? He's going to make the claim that these two spikes... Fuck, where'd they go? He's going to make the claim that these two spikes were when bots came in to say scam. But what he fails to realize is the reason there's these spikes is because more people decided to type scam when they realized how shady, shitty, and dog shit this whole thing was. It's not bots. These clowns have been very vocal about it being bots that were saying scam. Nobody else, everyone else loved it. Like the actual people with a pulse, they loved it. Everyone saying that it was a scam is a bot. They can't wrap their head around, no, people just realized it was a fucking scam.
We had two huge.
So that's why he's showing that, because he's going to make that claim.
We are just as much of a fan of iShowSpeed. No comments suggesting that we are a scam. There was just W's in the chat all the way around. What happened next?
That's just because of Speed. Again, the reason there are W's in the chat is because it was a Speed stream. And everyone spams W's in the chat for Speed. But the more that you went on about Paradox Metaverse, the more obvious it became that this is all just shilling for a dogshit crypto scam. So then people started saying, scam. You started making calls to action for Paradox Metaverse to go follow the Twitter account, playing the game. So it made people more aware of it, and then starting to type more for it.
It's caught us all by surprise. This is when the first cyber attack happens.
It's not a fucking cyber attack. Holy shit, this guy's talking like Jack Bauer at CTU.
After the 4-minute attack, all the comments went down, as you can see here. Guys, this is very unusual. It's clear to see that he was botted.
You know what else would cause a spike like this? Let's say Speed went on stream, everything's normal like this, and then he fucking beat a man to death in cold blood. There would be this huge spike then too, and it wouldn't be bots. It would people say, holy shit, what the fuck? Speed? Murder? Like, it'd have a spike then too. The reason the spike happened is because you had more egregious calls to action like following the Twitter, so people started putting out that it is a fucking scam and this is shady.
It's clear to see that he was botted.
No, Christ.
What they said. That anybody that was watching that live stream, they started falling for it. They started thinking, okay, somebody knows something we don't. So started pushing out the narrative that this
is so embarrassing. Even as like a Paradox buyer, like the community for Paradox Meta, you have to see this and you have to be having your red flags go off. Like this has to trigger your own red flags to see that your CEO is so weak and so insecure that he's writing these things off as bots in pure delusion and cope, calling it an attack. Like in the crypto space, You have to be smarter than that. Like, you would know the bare minimum about how shit works. What he should have done is just say, the speed audience wasn't ready for it, they didn't see the vision, so they all thought it was a scam. And you know what? We missed the mark. Now they all think we're a scam. But we're not. But he's not doing that. Instead, he's placating, he's putting this on some invisible enemy that doesn't exist. It's not bots. Now he just looks really weak to even his own community. He looks so insecure.
Actually decided, you know what? This is actually funny. Let's troll the person we look up to the most, that we tune into every single day.
The guilt trip.
Entertains us for free.
A classic.
Doesn't ask for anything in return. Guys, please listen very carefully. It's very important.
Our crypto exchange is worth $40 billion. It has sent us a picture saying, why is I shall see comment saying scam coin? $40 billion. We spent $10 million on this project, and every single person in the comments is saying scam coin because we are getting botted. Please do something. We're going to lose. Listen, Twitter giveaway.
Guys, what you have just heard is the aftermath of being completely botted. Scam. $10 million of my hard-earned money that I've worked so hard for.
What is that even supposed to prove? You still believing it's bots, refusing to accept the reality of things, that people see through this garbage. Like, this doesn't prove anything on your innocence. It doesn't. All this proves, and if you played it longer, is that you asked Speed to shut it down. You asked if he could disable the chat. So you're taking away the people's voice. Which makes you look bad and goes against your fucking stances on things. Like, if you played it further. Like, it doesn't prove anything anyway, even if you take out that part. It is not evidence. It's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Into this project, into this business. And the fact that I'm going to lose it all because everybody is labeling it a scam.
Yeah, well, at least you still have your stupid fucking university. Like, you have plenty of other scams that you can hustle on too, man. Like, you don't need your sob story. 10 million to you is nothing. You made a whole video with money kicks showing off your rented car collection. Like, you have plenty of money. Like, you're got a ton of other ventures that I'm sure you can pull from.
At no point did anyone say we are going to scam anyone. Anyone with half a brain cell can see this with their own eyes.
Yeah, anyone with half a brain cell can see that just by looking at our product real quick and seeing all 7 of our companies that promise things like $500 a day and 10 to 100x returns. Oh, and also the same guy who can't follow through on his bet, where you bet that the Paradox meta will open to at least like 20 or 30, and if it doesn't, you're changing your name to CoffeeZilla. It opened to 9 cents, and you didn't change your name to CoffeeZilla. But here, let's take a peek at the game that you were so proud of. Man, that really does look like something that is the future and has a lot of work put into it. Using so many assets, so many fucking standard packages in the what is this, the Unreal Store? I can't remember. Yeah, wow, this really does look like a lot going on here. Something that could absolutely be thrown together in a matter of minutes. And a game that I'm sure we've probably played before on Steam Indie New Release Night when we go through shitty games. They're called asset flips. There's nothing here that screams, whole team, passion project, we're in it for the long haul with this project.
And what was the label? I Show Speed promotes crypto scam.
Yep.
Guys.
He did.
Listen to the audio yourself. Go over it again and again. Mention to us once when we said we are going to scam people.
That's such a non-point. We never said it on that stream, so it can't be true. Prove that we said it's going to be a scam. Do it, pussy. Where did I say it's a scam? Anywhere during that stream.
Is the person you want to label a scam, or is it that you just want to associate I Show Speed with a scam? This is cancel culture at its finest.
Oh, hitting all the buzzwords, all the boo-hoos, the cancel culture. Don't launch a shitty, shady crypto. It's that simple. Your crypto, your Paradox meta has like 7 components, all of which make no fucking sense and are literally just actual dog shit.
He was not getting done. Everything that was getting done in front of your eyes, no one had an issue with up until we got spammed.
And that's actually not true. The smashing, like, you're already wrong. The smashing of the PlayStation 5's gotten a huge influx of L speeds. Chat immediately turned against him with the smashing of the PlayStation 5's. So, I mean, you're just not even right there either. It wasn't just L scam, it was L speed for smashing PlayStation 5's.
There was no evidence. There was no substance. If we was a scam, why would we still be here?
These are such non-points. If we were a scam, we'd be in jail right now. We wouldn't even be allowed here right now if we were a scam.
How is this fair? Here's a video. We're going to play the video. This video is him
is it mine?
crying every single day, in tears every single day. But he still manages to continue with his live stream. Just to please his fans. And you guys took it upon yourselves to think it's funny to just troll people. You guys don't understand the stuff that comes after this trolling. On camera, everyone has to smile. Nobody can show other people their fears. Off camera, could you imagine what he's going through? Because we do. We know exactly what's going on.
You're not his fucking friend. He already threw you to the wolves. Why are you still sucking his dick? Speed, like straight up said, yeah, this was a mistake. Like, he at the very least has moved on and said, yep, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. And yet here you are like, oh, we are there. We are holding him in our laps as he is crying profusely, uncontrollably, because of what you guys have done to him.
He is not ready for what the world is accusing him of. And he doesn't know how to respond. So I'm taking it upon myself to respond on his behalf.
Oh, this is so sad now. You staked the rug pull on a 17-year-old's audience. It didn't pan out. He has now wiped his ass with your whole company, and you are still here begging for that audience to accept you by pretending like things are, like, close between you two. Yikes, that's embarrassing. Jesus Christ, man, have some shame.
Please stop this hate. It takes very little to just be nice. Rather than just...
Calling out a scam isn't just needless cancel culture hate. That's just not what it is. This is so sad. This is so fucking sad. This is a grown man. This is a very, very wealthy grown man.
You can see, us as founders, we do not even have access to our own tokens.
I literally don't think there's enough numbers that exist to show how many claims have been made exactly like that, only for them to get rugged. Everyone that bought in. That is the number one claim that every crypto makes. No, founders are fully out there, very transparent. They don't even hold any. And they couldn't even get in there if they wanted to. In fact, we have protocols in place to prevent that from happening. And then bang, rug pull. Every single time. Like clockwork. Literally every single time. Still my favorite to this day, there was a Twitter account called War on Rugs, which was a Twitter account dedicated to showcasing and warning people of rug pulls in the crypto space. And then eventually, they rugged their own community. So they had their own coin as well. And eventually, War on Rugs was like, yep, we're taking. So they made off with millions, and they made a post saying, you guys should stop blindly trusting people like this. And still, people buy into shit like that. It's crazy. That is a nothing claim. Everything he has said so far is actually nothing. He's provided no evidence to prove that it's not a scam. He has provided nothing other than trying to guilt people and saying that it's all just bad faith trolling.
We'll make sure we'll see you guys on the moon.
Nice, that's so huge. That was awful, holy fuck. That was a big one. What a masterclass in how to say absolutely nothing. Nah, part 2 might clear up everything. Even burning their founders' tokens they can't even cash out for a whole year. That shows passion and confidence in the project being 10,000, 100,000% legit. Oh, fuck me. I hope that's a bot. I hope that's not a real person. Yikes. Oh, fucking yikes. The comments aren't really on his side either. I really do wonder what the Paradox community thinks of a move like this. But I'm not going into their Discord to find out. Usually it's just a lot of people convincing themselves of absolute nonsense in order to believe that they can make money off of it. And then when it doesn't happen, they just pretend like, oh, they just got fooled by someone who was just too smart, even though the writing was on the wall right in front of their face the entire time. Everything he said is things thousands of scams in the space have said before him. He just copied their playbook. Last month, a group of scammers successfully stole $240 million from a single victim. But their success was short-lived. This group of dweebs lasted about as long as Concord did because within a month, they were caught and assets frozen, 2 of them already being indicted, and it's all thanks to Zach XBT. This is someone I've talked about before. This guy is like Jason Bourne. If he's on your tail, your goose is cooked. Zach XBT is a scammer's worst nightmare. Him and CoffeeZilla I have the utmost respect for. They do incredible work with holding these pieces of shit accountable and catching them. And Zach XBT spearheaded this crazy investigation where he got everything. Like, he has probably more information on these guys than their own parents do. He's probably got all their fucking report cards from 2nd grade till they graduated. It is wild. And there's also video footage of them committing the crime. These goobers got the biblical smackdown put on them by Zach here. And since there's video recording of this, we get to hear from them. And holy shit, you get to hear just how sad and pathetic these dweebs are. And Zach also got like some of their messages that they exchanged. And one guy tried to use all of the money he stole to get girls, and yet continued to get rejected by all of them, at least from what we can see. It is unbelievable how pathetic they are. Anyway, here's kind of like the general breakdown of what happened. On August 19th of 2024, they targeted a Genesis creditor by calling his Google support via spoof number to compromise the account, calling his Gemini support claiming the account is hacked, social engineered victim into resetting 2-factor and sending Gemini funds to a compromised wallet, and then got the victim to use AnyDesk to share screen and leaked private keys from the Bitcoin core. He then also has some of the messages they exchanged about all of it. Reading through their messages, you can see that it's pretty much all social engineering. This is what hacking actually looks like for the most part. Very rarely is there a case where it's someone with fucking 5 keyboards surrounding them that they're typing on, injecting some kind of worm and code into the mainframe to hack, like the way it's portrayed in the movies with like a turbo hacker man with sunglasses on typing away furiously. Usually it's someone just pretending like, oh yes, I'm Phil Cheeseburger on behalf of Microsoft support, you're compromised. That's usually how it goes. So like reading through it, what you can do is, please just take a picture of the last 4 of the private key. You can crop the rest out and just please take the picture for now. You don't have to send it anywhere. So like they're just giving lines that they can feed this guy to convince him to do what they need in order to steal his money. They're basically just choosing dialogue tree options in a Bethesda game to try and steal people's shit.
No way. No fucking way.
I see it, bro. It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No fucking way, nigga.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No fucking way.
Yo! We're done! We're done! I'm spazzing out! Do you know how much money that is?
It's a quarter,
Holy fuck!
quarter of a bill.
Rich.
Probably.
Split 3 ways or is it 4 ways? That's
Oh!
That's pretty pretty funny. Pretty 10 pretty funny.
I'm gonna lose my shit!
I can legitimately hear the Cheeto dust and fedora that the guy's wearing who keeps saying, probably a pretty penny. Probably like 10 pretty pennies. He sounds so fucking congested. Like I'm congested out the wazoo right now. But even I don't sound that bad, I don't think. Good lord, brother, holy. Dude just sounds like a wedgie magnet. It's actually baffling to me that they pulled this off and then had all of this evidence that they themselves gathered against themselves. Like, this is a private recording of them. You steal $240 million and you leave the biggest possible digital footprints. That's mind-boggling. Zach XBT claims that he has over an hour and a half of footage of these fucking goobers. There's also times where they slipped up revealing full names and other important information that Zach was able to gather. And the one I really want to focus on is Malone. Zach got some really good information on Malone because this guy loved to flaunt all of this shit. So he gets all this money and immediately starts spending $250 to $500K a night and giving out Birkin bags to random girls. There were girls on TikTok that were walking away from his parties just carrying Birkin bags, and I guarantee he didn't even get so much as a kiss on the cheek for it. This guy was blowing $500,000 a night to try and get laid, and I guarantee he's still a virgin. He even bought his crush a pink Lamborghini as well as 3 Birkin bags to try and lure her in and make her fall in love with him because of his money, and it doesn't work. He reaches out saying, I got you a present, we'll call it an early birthday gift, a thank you gift, I appreciate you so much, heart. And all she says is, I am taken once again, and he says, I don't care. Malone, I know you care. Dude probably fell to his knees, crying into his hands, all this money, and he still cannot get a girl to be interested in him. Seems like he's using every doubloon that he stole to try and buy a girl's heart, and it is not working for him. She just shuts it down immediately, reminding him that she has a boyfriend. Like, that's so good. She doesn't even say thank you, by the way. This guy must actually be a huge nuisance, like a big piece of shit. She doesn't even bother to try and thank him. He must always try and use money as leverage on people or some shit, because she doesn't even entertain the idea for a second. That is so good. There is a part of me that hopes that she did at least still take the keys from him for the pink Lambo and then have the boyfriend reach out telling Malone thanks for the car. That would be the cherry on top. Now, Malone is one of the two that have already been indicted, so we get to take a look at this Casanova right here. This is the guy. We get to put a face to this pathetic douchebag. He was very public with all of his money and all of his spending too. So Zach XBT actually pulled up his Instagram and some of the photos on it where he'd flaunt the money that he stole and what he spent it on. Here's one from his Instagram page, which is unfortunately private now, so I can't peruse to see what other bangers might have been on there. But I love how even in this photo, Malone is like the least visible person there. His two friends are front and center and Malone is in the background. Even in his own Instagram post, he is not like the main focus. This guy must have just been like a perpetual fucking loser, even in his own friend group. He gets hundreds of millions of dollars here, and still they don't respect him and don't care about him. They just use him for his money, and he is fine with that. That's the impression I get. Here's some more photos from his partying where he'd blow hundreds of thousands a night and buy girls Birkin bags. Anyway, though, let's talk about some of the others. So Zach XBT identified pretty much everybody here, so another one that also got indicted is Box. Now, Zach was able to find not only the information on these people, but also where all the funds were coming through, which led to a lot of the funds being frozen, as I understand it. I highly recommend you go to Zach XBT's actual Twitter page if you want like a full in-depth breakdown on how he did all of this. It's extremely impressive, and I'm too stupid to fully understand all the ways that he was able to pull this off. But what I do understand is that Zach fucked him. Like, he absolutely went wild on him. And now, two of them have been indicted, and I think it's only a matter of time before the rest will also face justice too. Overall, though, after reading through it all, I'm pretty surprised at how effective this was from these snot-nosed weirdos. They didn't do anything particularly new with this. It seems like pretty standard by-the-book social engineering with the Google support phone call, that kind of shit. That's something people have done for years. The method by which they actually took the Bitcoin is pretty different. Like, I haven't seen that done before, but to actually get in the door through this social engineering method is something that has been done for so long. I am just kind of surprised that it still worked this well for them with someone that had that much money. You would think that they probably wouldn't fall for something like that, but what's been proven time and time again is that just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you're super fucking smart. So they got very lucky that their victim played along, even gave them screen control, and they took that money. And the victim is very lucky that Zach XBT was on the case to catch all the people here and maybe at some point even get the money back. But right now, the thing to celebrate is that Zach XBT has done an incredible job with this investigation, identifying all of the scammers here and getting them to face justice. Hopefully the rest of them will face it as well, so they'll join Malone and Box. And yeah, that's really about it. See ya. Why do I look like a Tony Hawk American Wasteland character? Well, it's because when we were doing our Twilight movie marathon like a year ago, a buddy of mine named Ridley had this shirt and he gave it to me and I thought it was cool. And then today, a friend of mine let me have this Shadow the Hedgehog chain. And I thought the two of these together was one of the most diabolical fits I could put together, so that's why I'm in this ensemble. But it's also like perfectly matching today's video because the vibe is right on the money for crypto bro degeneracy. So the big story today is about the 13-year-old that rugged people with his quant shitcoin. CoffeeZilla posted a video going in depth on it into the nitty gritty. I'm here just to point and laugh at the whole thing. So if you want like actual smart discussion on it, definitely check out Voidzilla for his coverage.
Meme coins, Gen Z in particular has gotten interested with one called Gen Z Quant rug pulling a token recently, and well, it kind of went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Wow, yo, it's nuked. Why is it nuked?
No way. Oh, holy
You full clip.
holy thanks for the 20 bandos.
Imagine being a grown-ass adult and putting your hard-earned cash into a meme coin called Gen Z Quant that is made by an actual toddler, a milk-drinking, pudding-eating, fidget-spinning baby, and then being surprised that you lost money on it. Even if he didn't blatantly rug you and spit in your face laughing at you for being a deplorable idiot, you still should have never treated that as some kind of Galaxy Brain investment. That was always going to just be a donation to Chuck E. Cheese troop. That is the stupidest shit ever. Now, I know crypto's blowing up huge again. Trust me, I'm well aware of that. But this is not how you get ahead of the curve. Like, I know FOMO is huge, fear of missing out, so everyone's just putting as much money as they can, throwing all their clams into every shitcoin imaginable, hoping for these moonshots. But this is just a new level. This is turbo moron shit that not even Patrick Starr would recommend. You would have had a better chance of making money if you took $1,000 and just asked a random person on the street to double it for you. It's so incomprehensibly stupid, and it only gets worse, by the way.
So look, I don't know. There's so much here, from pretending you aren't selling.
Wait, what?
You said, wait,
Wait,
what?
I'm so confused.
To like, what's going on? To the double middle fingers, to the thanks for the 20 bands.
Thanks for the 20 bandos.
Now, in total, he made about $30,000 on this coin. He then launched another coin called I'm Sorry, where he rug pulled that for about $10,000, and then launched another coin about his dog, which he also rug pulled for another $10,000.
The kid said, you know what's better than scamming dummies once? Twice. And you know what's better than 2 times? 3. This man went for the back-to-back-to-back triple heat scammerooski. And every time people kept putting money into it, and he kept rugging them. He made 50 grand off people putting money into his shitcoins. So he rugged them the first time with Quant. Then you've got all of the investors hitting their whippets and feeling really sorry for themselves. So the kid comes back with the I'm Sorry coin. They're like, okay, maybe this is the redemption arc. I'll put money into this one. Surely it won't happen again. Bang. It happens again. And then fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I need to check myself into the Arkham Asylum, a mental institution. I need to be fucking locked up because somehow they went back again. Not just for seconds, for thirds. They bought into another shitcoin from the kid, which he rugged immediately too. He rugged the same people 3 times for a profit of $50,000. Holy shit. This wasn't taking candy from a baby. This was a baby taking candy from you.
You can see that all here. Here's his $30,000 rug pull. Then he does the sorry rug pull for $13,000, I guess. And then finally, his dog Lucy rugs for $11,000. And I got to say, the third time, maybe you could have said the first time, he caught you. The second time, he got you. He said sorry, you thought it was real. The third time, you deserve that one. Actually, if you bought into this, you probably deserved all 3. It's very... It's embarrassing that this is like a popular thing.
CoffeeZilla pins the tail on the donkey. You deserve all 3. 100%. It is beyond embarrassing. Being an adult with money and investing in a 13-year-old's meme coin on a fucking service called Pump.Fun, which, by the way, CoffeeZilla brings it up in his video, so I recommend you check that out if you want more insight on it. Pump.Fun is the one that makes all of the money from these, and your odds of actually making money from it are unbelievably low, to the point where you almost have the same odds of just winning the lottery straight up. Like, people go in there with the assumption that, oh, I'm here early, yes, it's probably a scam, but I will be the one that capitalizes off the scam. The data actually suggests, and CoffeeZilla goes over it, that is so rare because you fail to take into account the insider trading. You're not the one that's in on the scam, you are the victim, no matter how much you think you're not. So, you will likely never be the one that benefits from the rug that inevitably comes with these shitcoins. Now, the story is still not over because the kid that created Quant, well, it actually didn't die with the rug pull. You see, some of the people that put money into it were so salty that they decided to run it up, and they brought the market cap to a crazy number. I don't remember exactly what the number is, but they drove the value through the fucking roof.
Tens of millions of dollars of market cap. The kid's supply, they say, would have supposedly been worth, like $2 million or $1.2 million. You can see that here. His original holdings worth $1.28 million. And then they doxed the kid, which, is really bad. But I think it's funny. Like, people are like, ooh, we got you because you rugged us and then we made it worth a lot of money. But you would have never done that if he didn't rug pull you. I don't know. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, it sounds like cope from people who are trying to do a secondary scam where they got scammed and then they need people to buy in so they can get out of the token.
Apparently the logic was they wanted to make the kid feel bad, like, you got 30 grand, but your supply could have actually been worth millions, That was the thought process there, like, make him feel like a fucking idiot for it. Not us, the adults that got scammed by a 13-year-old. But as CoffeeZilla said, it really feels like the reason they did that is because they lost that money, they got upset about it, so then they pumped it themselves in order to get other people to buy into it so they could get out. So that way they could get their money back from the scam. So the whole thing is a fucking mess. It is degeneracy from top to bottom here. And they doxed the 13-year-old as well. It's just craziness that grown adults that are capable of using a computer are not capable of recognizing that giving money to a 13-year-old's shitcoin is a bad idea. And then not only that, they do it again. And then they do it again. That is literally putting your hand on a hot stove 3 times before you realize that it's hot. And in fact, I don't even know if they came to that conclusion because he stopped at 3 shitcoins as far as I could tell. If he launched a 4th shitcoin, he could have probably kept doing this and continuously farming them forever. An infinite money glitch off of the same people that he initially scammed. Like, that's mind-boggling. So yeah, I just had to talk about this because holy shit. That's really about it. So yeah. Crypto scam! Did I scare you? I should have. Hopefully put the fear of God deep in your soul for that. Crypto scams are the main jump scare that people are falling for time and time again. It's more contagious than the cold at this point. It is happening every other week on the largest possible scale. So, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that is at this point. The word crypto has now just become synonymous with rug pull in the eyes of most people because you keep getting had. You're getting played like a fiddle time and time again with these meme coins that keep popping up. I just don't know how it keeps happening. Now, admittedly, I do get it in this case. What we're talking about today is one of the biggest rug pulls in history. The president of Argentina, Javier Milei, well, he endorsed a meme coin called Libra, and within hours of his endorsement, he deleted his tweet supporting it, and the coin completely crashed. And now over $100 million has mysteriously vanished. A song and dance we've heard time and time again. Crypto has become synonymous with scam in the eyes of many people because this keeps happening over and over and over again. It's a story more iconic than Dracula. Like, this is a story told more frequently than The Little Engine That Could. And I just want to go over it a little bit. I'm not going to pretend to be super knowledgeable on Argentina and everything going on over there, but what I am knowledgeable on are these fucking crypto scams because they keep happening in almost the exact same ways every single time. And for some reason, in the crypto space exclusively, people have this mentality that it's gambling. It's not. Buster, let me sit you down. I'm going to have an intervention. I'm going to get the fucking paddle out here and try and beat some sense into you. You're not gambling when it comes to something like this. Gambling implies there's a chance of winning. And when it comes to gambling, you're usually going up against the house. Well, when it comes to these shitcoins, you're not just going up against the house. You're going up against the house and all of its friends. You will never be faster than the insiders or the snipers. You are the piggy bank they are taking from. You are the reason they make so much money. You will never be the one to capitalize off it. I'm just going to hit you with the cold water. There's some fringe cases where just some average Joe Schmo does get lucky with, that happens. I get it. It will most likely never happen to you. But for some reason, no matter how many times Bikini Bottom beats your ass, it's a lesson that never gets through to you. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? It doesn't compute. It never dawns on the victims of these rug pulls. You know that expression, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me? Fool me 3 times, won't get fooled again? Well, in crypto, it's a little different. It's fool me once, I got unlucky. Fool me twice, got unlucky again. Fool me 3 times, I got unlucky. Fool me 4 times, can't believe I got unlucky again. Fool me 5 times, I'm out of money, but when I get more, I'm going to put into some more meme coins. They just keep coming back for more. Getting scammed time and time again, thinking that this next one is the one. This is the golden goose. It's not. Like, this is not your Moby Dick. You're never going to actually accomplish this. But I'm already way off track just going over this shit again. What happened in Argentina, the president endorsed this meme coin, it crashed, completely collapsed. He is now facing impeachment for this. It is just a full-blown scam. It's unknown exactly how much he knew about this project before publicly endorsing it, but he bears so much responsibility because without him putting it on the map, tons of people wouldn't have lost tons of money. He is directly to blame for scamming the citizens of his country. Full stop. That's an immutable fact. That's the brass tacks of it. Again, it's unclear exactly how much he knew about this project before the endorsement, but it is his fault so many people bought into the scam. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this tweet. To astute observers, you'll notice that this is the same smell, the same aroma of bullshit that you get for all of these god-awful meme coins, but to people that don't know the space and all of the evils that come with it from time to time, well, from time to time, that's very generous, that come with it so often, they wouldn't know any better because you have your president who is now just publicly glazing this project. Liberal Argentina grows. This private project will be dedicated to encouraging the growth of Argentine economy by funding small Argentinian businesses and startups the world wants to invest in Argentina. Then he links it. Then he drops the contract. Libra, long live freedom, damn it! Amen. May that freedom live long. And by long, we're speaking relatively. From the eyes of a mosquito, that's the perspective we're dealing with here. Because it wasn't very long, all things considered. The coin was only alive a little bit longer than ejaculate outside the human body. Your sperm can survive 30 to 45 minutes, even an hour at optimal conditions. And this coin, Libra, barely beat that. It made it 3 hours before it completely crashed with over 100 million just being wiped out of it, going somewhere interesting. And where did it go? Who's to say for sure? However, CoffeeZilla just conducted an interview with a key player, Hayden Davis. I cannot recommend this interview enough. Hayden did not call Saul before agreeing to this interview. The admissions here are shocking. There was definitely no lawyer in his ear. He did not get a legal professional on the horn before agreeing to this. I highly recommend you listen to this interview because it is baffling. Hayden is more unlikable than an ingrown toenail. I'm not going to play you a ton of clips. I really encourage you to watch CoffeeZilla's interview. He did a great job with it. And I love that. I don't know what CoffeeZilla did to get him to just squeal like this. Maybe he injected him with like some kind of truth serum via Discord. But Hayden just admits to so many fucking things that I don't think he recognizes the severity of. I am going to leave you with just one little clip from it where he talks about insiders.
It's a separate conversation. Retail traders.
Unbelievably shitty. I do think that's unbelievably bad, and for everyone, except for the insiders, which is what I always say about meme coins, is it disproportionately benefits insiders.
So I think too, like my honest opinion is like I don't actually disagree, but I think like the vast majority of people betting on meme coins, right, especially at the beginning, and I think there's a separate conversation. Retail traders, like that is the game for everyone. And people that get mad are the people that aren't insiders. That is what happens. That's all the bitching on socials is all the people that don't get into the deals. You'll never hear them bitch if they're in the deal. So it's like, what do you do then? You don't do anything. You don't launch the project. You're like, how do you make money then?
Yeah, goofball, you don't launch the project. It's a fucking meme coin that was designed to just exploit people that aren't your insiders, that aren't in on the deal, which is the vast majority of fucking people, you unbelievable stupid buffoon. Yes, Hayden, you don't launch the project. Because there is no project. This was just a scam. Like, he openly admits to all of the insider accusations. Like, everything that they'd been accused of, Hayden just, like, openly confirms. He even talks about the $100 million. It's a fascinating look at the mind of a scammer, like a degenerate scammer. I'm going to drop one more clip here from the interview, just to really sell you on how juicy this is. You need to watch this. This absolute fucking stinky, putrid vermin confirms that he sniped his own coin. And here's what he had to say about it.
The wallet which Dave got refunded by, which is, according to him, your personal funds, was linked to an Avalanche wallet which was funded like a sniper of Libra. So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no. And I would say that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of the times when, and again, this is like, I mean, again, it's a much larger conversation, which is what I told you in text. But most of the time when I have different money in different places, obviously. But from the standpoint of sniping, most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in.
My God, he deserves the Medal of Honor and the Purple Heart. Holy shit, even give him the Spelling Bee Championship. This guy is a saint. You see, when they're sniping their own coin, they're doing it from a place of nobility. Like, they're doing it from a place of looking out for the little guy. They're trying to help the rest of us by being so generous to snipe their own coin for their own financial gain. Man, this is eye-opening stuff, Hayden. It really is. It's so interesting. So definitely watch CoffeeZilla's video on it. I don't understand how he is not just immediately thrown in the slammer within minutes of him doing this interview and having it go live. It's crazy to me. That's the beauty of the crypto space, baby. That's the fairy tale magic right there. Long live the freedom to fuck you in the butt and face no repercussions for it. This has been happening time and time again, only accelerating in frequency recently with things like Pump.fun and then tons of celebrities coming out with their own meme coins that are all rugging. Like, it's just so fucking crazy. And I am 100% sure it will continue to happen because people still think that they're going to be the chosen one. They're going to be Goku here and they're going to have the Super Saiyan wherewithal to pull out at the perfect time. You won't, because you're not an insider. No matter how much you convince yourself you are not an insider on deals like this. Like, Dave Portnoy got insider information on this. He didn't buy, like, before it went live, at least not from what I've seen, though I did see him go on Twitter saying he bought fake Libra and now he's trying to sell fake Libra. Like, I don't fucking understand at all what's going on there. But you're not Dave Portnoy. You're just a guy. And you saw the president of Argentina make the tweet. Just because it comes from the president doesn't mean he's not going to fuck your face. Like, it's crypto. It's all fair game because there are no consequences for rugging like this. It just, you don't see anyone get in trouble for it, and people have picked up on it, which is why so many celebrities, Hawk to a girl even, fucking Z-list celebrities are doing it now. So yeah, it's gonna keep happening. It's going to keep happening until people finally learn that they are never going to make money by being someone that just puts into this, thinking that they're smarter than the other sheep. They're going to be the ones that are going to be the beneficiary of the rug. You won't be, because you are not the insider. You are not the sniper. You're not in the deal, like Hayden says. It's just so silly. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. Especially in a case like this, where I think this is one of those cases where a lot of people who lost money aren't your normal stupid crypto bros that are just YOLOing all of their cash, hoping for moonshots. I really think there's a lot of people that believed so strongly in the president that they saw this enthusiasm for this project, all this glaze, and thought, okay, I'm in, only to get absolutely ruined for it. So I just had to talk about this a bit. That's really it. See ya. Boogie2988 is not only the most manipulative YouTuber this platform's ever seen, but he's also among the stupidest as well. And this is actually one of his go-to bread and butter defense strategies anytime he finds himself in hot water. He'll always play the card of, oh, I'm not an evil person, I'm just a bumbling moron. I got zapped by an idiot beam. Timmy Turner made a wish that I'd be an imbecile and, well, that's out of my control now. I'm not a bad person. I'm just stupid, and you can't be mad at me for that. He uses this signature anime finishing move more often than Goku uses a Kamehameha to finish off an opponent. He is stupid, don't get me wrong, but he is also a bad person. Both of these things are true. And he's using this defense right now with his latest cryptocurrency scam. I wasn't even going to bother making a video talking about this because talking about any of Boogie2988's L's is like talking about taking the trash out. Who gives a fuck? It's garbage, so who cares? Everyone knows it's trash, so why even bother talking about it? Well, in this case, it's especially heinous because he actually did an interview with CoffeeZilla on CoffeeZilla's second channel, Voidzilla, where he was covering Boogie's new crypto scam. And he basically admits to it being a pump and dump, but his defense is that he was too stupid to recognize that. Like, he's too dumb to have known that this was going to be a scam that would hurt his almost non-existent audience. He has a very small pocket of people that still support him left, and he is using them like a fleshlight for a couple of fucking doubloons to pop out the other end as he puts his cock in it. It's disgusting. The Boogie298 fan club has less members than the goddamn Balan Wonderworld Enthusiast Society. Like, there's not many of them left, and now Boogie's running a cryptocurrency scam directly at them, yet denying that he's trying to scam his fans, saying that it's obviously just a joke for his fans to point and laugh at. This is mainly meant to target millionaire crypto bros who can kinda just get fucked. It's also worth mentioning that he was paid $10,000 to promote this fatty token meme coin by a very shady group. But I'm sure that's not important. I'm sure that 10,000 doubloons is all just part of the joke. It's all in good humor at the end of the day. I'm sure that had nothing to do with Boogie's involvement here. Now, I do believe that a lot of people that did put money into this were just hoping that they could dump the bag on even bigger idiots that bought into it trusting Boogie, because there are still people that do have faith in Boogie as a creator and as just a genuine person. I don't know how that still lingers after the documentary that's been dropped about him, where he did his absolute best to make himself look like an insufferable asshole, as well as the numerous other controversies he's found himself in, but there is definitely still a community that rallies behind him. And I have no doubt a lot of people that put money into this were hoping that that community would also put money in so they could dump it onto them. And maybe they were able to, maybe they weren't, but right now it looks like everybody, except for those on the inside, have lost money. You posted a video on your own channel called Fatty, because the name of his token, his scam shitcoin, is called Fatty. He posted the video on his channel. That's for your audience, Boogie. You posted it directly to them. Of course, some of them are going to buy into it because they still have some level of trust in you for whatever delusional reason that might be, but that's definitely broken by now, I imagine. He also just can't dedicate himself to just one excuse here, so he's trying to cover all of his bases so he doesn't look like an evil, manipulative piece of shit here. So he's constantly flip-flopping. So first he was kind of just on the nose about it, like posting tweets saying like he's fucked anyway, so might as well get some money out of it on the way out. You know, hashtag fatty, stuff like that. And then he's like, well, no, this was actually just for the crypto bros, and I'm not going to lose sleep over them losing money. I was upfront about you putting money into this, and you're probably going to lose it. That's the joke. So I don't care if you bought in. And his most outrageous one is where he tries to spin this as an actual useful, not scam service, where it's like, oh, this is actually just a really cheap way for the community to buy into my presence. It's going to be a community hub for all of us to kind of just like hang out. So you're kind of paying just to be a part of the community. Like, he's trying every possible excuse to avoid wrongdoing, even though he's fundamentally admitted that it's a pump and dump scheme that he's behind here, which is a crime. It's illegal. You can't do that. Maybe putting it into Magic the Gathering terms will help you understand it to wrap your fucking noodle around it. You're ignoring cards' mana costs, and in response, everyone hates you. You can't do that, Boogie. I watched a clip of a podcast Boogie's on once, and of course he always rants about how everyone's always out to get him. He's not a bad guy. Everyone else is evil for attacking him. He's not the bad guy. He's not the villain of the story. And my name got brought up. And he then went on to say that I want to see him dead. I'd rather see him buried 6 feet under than see him succeed, or something to that effect. Which is, of course, a load of horseradish, but it's a really interesting take, how Boogie perceives things. And I don't know if he truly believes this, or if it's just a classic Boogie drumming up sympathy kind of thing through lying. But I don't want to see you dead, Boogie, at all. I want to see you stop being a piece of shit scammer who manipulates his audience and constantly lies. That's what I want. That's what the majority of people would like to see. A triumphant story about how you finally took some responsibility for your own actions, grew from them, learned from them, and actually stopped being the asshole that you are. I'd like for you to come forward and stop lying about everything. So like in this situation, just taking it on the chin and openly admitting that you pump and dump scammed your audience. Just say like, hey guys, I fell on difficult financial times and yeah, I took advantage of you. You kind of tiptoed around that in the CoffeeZilla video, but you're not saying it with your whole chest anymore and making up excuses for it, even though it's an inexcusable thing that you've done. You should then refund everyone that lost money in this shitcoin scam that you've pumped. And then you should be working towards actually making things right and stop being the lying, manipulative asshole that you are. I don't want to see you dead, Boogie, and you know that. That's a very gross thing to say, to make that claim, and you know how fucking disgusting that is, which is why you say it. But I want to make it very clear right now. What I want is for you to stop being a lying manipulator. I'm going to play a little bit of his announcement video for this, because he really stands by that it's all just supposed to be a joke for his community, supposed to bring them together to laugh at the parody of Andrew Tate, where he's playing Andrew Cake, and it's all part of the joke. But that excuse doesn't work, Boogie, when you actually launch a shitcoin alongside your satirical take on shitcoins, for your audience to actually lose money on, you dumb buffoon.
Fatty is a community for like-minded individuals that are broken free from the matrix. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
Fatty for life, yeah! Look at this graph. Looks like every other rug pull shitcoin that ever entered the market. But Fatty for life, yeah! Boogie's the champ! He's the king! Who cares how many of his audience lost money on this? He does his absolute best to deny that that's a possibility at all. I'll go ahead and go through his pinned tweet because he's been, of course, on Twitter, as he is known to do, having meltdowns, doing his best to justify indefensible actions that he takes. So here's his big manifesto on the Fatty debacle. An iconic Boogie intro here to the tweet. This is just so on brand for him. Classic. In the last few days, I have learned a lot about the internet, myself, and crypto. For those that don't know the Boogie lore, he also lost almost all of his money in crypto well before this. So even knowing just how dangerous it is to buy into this kind of shit, he still promotes it to his audience, even though he himself is the victim of losing tons and tons of money in crypto dog shit. But yeah, it doesn't matter to him. Since it's not him losing money this time, why would he care? My intent by launching a meme coin was to make people laugh and happy. I also wanted to give millionaires who like meme coins a new toy to play with. It doesn't have use, Boogie. The only thing they can play with is watching the graph go down. The only thing they're playing with is your balls as you teabag them with this scam. I also wanted to create a community among those people to interact with as I have through the LolCow Live community. To say I missed the mark is an understatement for sure. But some of the people that are angry for some weird reasons. This never targeted fans, in quotes. In the 90 seconds this was available on websites, a casual fan could not have created a Coinbase account, get verified, figure out how to buy Solana, which is a chore in itself, to then purchase a meme coin. It is literally impossible. That process takes hours, sometimes days. You are so unbelievably wrong, you know that. You are blatantly lying. I also don't understand why it's inconceivable for him to imagine that some of his fans already have Solana and have Coinbase accounts, because a lot of people do. Cryptocurrency isn't some like fringe unheard of thing anymore. It's a very mainstream thing people have been hearing about for fucking years, so a lot of them do have accounts and they could easily buy this in the 90 seconds it was available. This targeted my fans only to have them point and laugh at the absurdity of the character, the video, and the idea that anyone would trust me for crypto advice. If the whole idea behind it, Boogie, was to just provide an entertaining video, why actually launch the shitcoin? Why even give them the opportunity to buy into something that you yourself know is worthless? You're open about how worthless it is and that it's just a waste of money. One of his early tweets is about how you shouldn't invest money in it. That's the way that he's trying to like hand wave his responsibility to his audience here by saying, well, he warned them not to put money into it, so it's kind of their fault. Why even give them the option? If the whole point was just to give them something to laugh at, why give them something to immediately lose money on, Boogie? That's so weird. That doesn't seem like it'd be a good part of the joke, having them lose money too. That seems to get rid of the joke. It's almost as if it wasn't a joke to begin with. And you're using that as a convenient excuse to try and make it seem like it was never the intention to make money off exploiting your fans. I did, however, want to target crypto bros who play with meme coins all day, every day. Looking at the wallets that bought and sold this coin, it's clear that is the only people who played with this coin. Many of them holding tens of millions of Ethereum and Bitcoin, they wouldn't miss the tens of dollars they might have lost, but many more made money than lost, it appears. What a hero. You're such a hero of the people, Boogie. Regardless, I still believe those same crypto guys might find value in this coining community, and I hope they do. For those holding, I plan to keep chatting with you guys and chilling with you for as long as you think it's fun. To the rest of the internet, I am not sorry for getting involved in a dumb shit meme coin. I eject the idea that I was ever scamming fans, and that simply did not happen, period. Look at the wallets for proof of that. I still think a meme coin can be a funny and amusing distraction for people who have far more money than they know what to do with, and I hope we can continue to fuck around with this dumbass coin. That is just chef's kiss standard Boogie meal right there on his Twitter dog shit that he serves on the plate. Just absolute nonsense, lying out of his ass, trying his absolute best to come out of this looking like the good guy. Well, I've learned a lot about myself, the internet, and crypto. Yeah, there were some shortcomings. I missed the mark, but you're actually all wrong because I'm not a bad guy. That was never the intention. Also, those crypto bros that I said can get fucked and I won't lose sleep over, well, actually, I'm hoping they find real value in this because I'm also like a hero to the crypto bros as well as my community because I never targeted my fans. Yeah, I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, but that was only because I wanted them to laugh at the character, not actually put money into it. I mean, that was never part of the plan, but because they put money into it, now there's a great community, which was always the intention the entire time. It's just absolute ramblings of a madman doing his absolute best to try and avoid looking like the bad guy. And in doing so, he always looks even more of a bad guy. In the interview he did with CoffeeZilla, he mentions his cancer diagnosis. Boogie has a form of cancer and he is on hard times financially, a lot of it because of his crypto investments, which now he's running one of his own. And he talks about how the money that he got, like the $10,000 to promote this, immediately went into like his medical his medical needs. And he uses this as a shield, where it's like, oh, you know, this is going on, thus it shouldn't be a problem that I scam people, because I need the money. There's plenty of other ways of making money, though, Boogie, besides just scamming your audience. Like, there was, for actual years, you had so many other opportunities to make money and actually not be a piece of shit. But you have time and time again made the worst possible decisions, not only for yourself, but for those around you, and you have constantly dug yourself deeper and deeper holes. And now you keep posting tweets, deleting tweets, where you're doing this Jekyll and Hyde thing about how, oh, I might be going to jail anyway, so I'm going to take money on the way out. Buy Fatty Coin. And then into this where it's like, actually, I'm such a good guy. Like, we were just making a community and you guys are getting mad for weird reasons. I'm misunderstood. It's crazy because you can actually trace Boogie's spiral to his Twitter activity. The frequency in which he used Twitter directly correlates with the frequency at which he lost subscribers. As he used Twitter more, his YouTube subscribers went down more and more because he kept letting the mask slip at the really awful person behind the facade that he puts on YouTube. He could not stop himself from saying the most revolting things and being the most unlikable asshole through Twitter. He was addicted to it. And he recognized so many times that if he just deleted Twitter, his life, his online career would have been in a much better spot. But he just can't help himself. And to this day, still can't help himself. Here's his most recent tweet, for example. I learned years ago that if I fart in public, Mudahar will make a video saying I gave people cancer. I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want because even when I try to do something nice, people say I ate a baby or something. In standard Boogie fashion, making himself the victim of everything imaginable. Somehow he's the victim in this pump and dump crypto scam that he's running here because Mudahar made a mean video about him. Oh man, it doesn't matter what I do because people are just going to say that I ate a baby or something. Mudahar is going to insult me no matter what. So what, I did a crypto pump and dump. Doesn't mean Mudahar needs to be nasty and rude about it. I can't even remember the last time Boogie2988 did something genuinely nice without it being something to benefit him personally. I can't think of it. And it's certainly not this crypto scam. There's no way you're going to sit there and actually try and say that this meme shitcoin that you've started is somehow a nice thing that you don't deserve to be getting insulted for. That's absolute lunacy. You yourself have said multiple times how worthless this is and you shouldn't be putting money into it and that you're basically stupid if you do. Like, and you're going to try and sit here and make a claim like, oh, even when I do something nice, they're just going to say I'm bad anyway. You're not doing anything nice. You are literally scamming your audience. No matter how much you want to plug your ears and close your eyes to deny that fact, you are. You have. You are scamming them with this. He also keeps saying that he hasn't sold any of his Fatty coin, and it doesn't matter. Even if you really haven't sold any, I don't know why you'd sell now since it's completely flatlining, but even if you haven't sold any, even when it was up, it doesn't change the fact that it's still a pump and dump scam, and someone made a lot of money from this. The people that paid you to promote this in the first place. You did make 10,000 doubloons from the promotion of it. So you did make money from it. Even if it isn't from the direct sale of the coins that you hold, you still made 10 grand, which is a lot more than any one of your fans that bought into this trusting you. But anyway, I don't need to rant any further about this. If you want actual information about the scam, I highly recommend checking out Voidzilla's video or Mudahar's coverage of this. They both did a great job going over everything around it. I'm just here to talk about what a manipulative, stupid asshole Boogie2988 is, and how baffling it is that he keeps finding new ways to devolve even further into degeneracy. It's shocking. That's really about it. So yeah. Another day, another goofy crypto project to laugh at. Yesterday, I was finding tons of beautiful NFTs to make me sick to my stomach, such as the Adolf Hitler collection, where apparently Adolf Hitler's soul has been minted into the blockchain in a collection called the Adolfies, which is basically Bored Apes, but with Hitler. I'm guessing that project's really popping off. And then, of course, recently Troy Baker went on Twitter and publicly shot himself in the foot by announcing his own NFT project, saying, "You can hate or you can create." And collectively, he got hated. He got fucking ratioed straight to hell. He got banished to the shadow realm with a fat ratio. But neither of these projects are what we're talking about today. Today we're going to be looking at Cryptoland. I actually watched this on stream the other day. Before I enlighten you with the Cryptoland video, I wanted to clarify something. On stream before I watched this, I mentioned that I knew a very limited amount about Cryptoland, but I did mention a shitstorm that I saw on Twitter with Cryptoland in regards to kids. So I said that they allowed kids on their island, but apparently this wasn't exactly what they said, so I'll just show you the tweet. This was the tweet that caused all of the drama on Twitter, and it's a fucking weird tweet. So it's even, like, more disturbing than what I said going into the video, or what I thought it was about going into the video. It deals with the age of consent on their island. So, further clarification, Cryptoland was also trying to be a real-world thing, where they were actually going to own a Fijian island for crypto enthusiasts, and someone asked what the age of consent on the island would be, and they just said mental maturity is enough with a winky face. So you can see why this was immediately just written off as a fucking creepy project. I just wanted to clarify this before showing you the video, because I got it wrong in the beginning with what this was actually about. And also, one other thing I learned is that Cryptoland has been DMCA striking people that shit talk their project. So if that does happen to this video, I will be fighting it legally, tooth and nail, and put as much money and time as I need to in order to combat that, because that is some outright bullshit. Cryptoland, I think, is what we're going to start with. Cryptoland is this new crypto scam or something. I don't know shit about it. The only reason I know this exists is because I saw an argument on Twitter where someone asked, who's allowed on Cryptoland? Are kids allowed? And they said anyone's allowed of mental maturity or something, so then everyone started calling Cryptoland Epstein Island. That's the only thing I know about this, and I know they had like a full-blown animated announcement that was really embarrassing.
Hi, this is me, Christopher, a crypto degen with a crush for crypto kitties. I'm on my way to Cryptoland, the #1...
That was pretty that was pretty quick. After just giving a brief backstory of the only thing I know about it, saying they like kids on the island or whatever, he just talks about his obsession with crypto kitties. In 6 seconds. Wow.
And when Connie, the founder, told me that visionary investors could own a piece of this unique island,
and I did,
I smashed bought one of the 60 exclusive parcels on the blockchain hills. That's how I became a king cryptolander. And there it is.
Yeah. Let's go, Cryptoland.
Connie?
Christopher! Come here, buddy!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 50,000 blocks at least. Been waiting for you since.
This is like one of those old PC games that came in cereal boxes.
Welcome to Cryptoland, the hodlers of last resort.
This must have cost them so much to make.
All the other King Cryptolanders have been arriving from all corners of the world. When we get to the blockchain...
Oh, that's another thing. Also, one more thing I kind of know about this going into it. Apparently this wanted to be more, or wants to be more than crypto. It wants a physical island that you can go visit, which is why people got really bothered by them saying, like, as long as you're mentally mature, any age is welcome. Because that's like a weird thing to say. And, like, welcome onto your island of crypto, bros. So I think this whole thing is about, like, a real place in the real world that is also tied to the blockchain or something. Again, I only know a very limited amount from the Twitter arguments I was reading. Reddit Island 3.0, pretty much.
Not your keys, not your bitcoins. Seriously?
Your keys, your Bitcoin. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin.
Wow.
Where do you come up with these crazy ideas?
You goofball.
I'm not gonna tell you where.
Sir?
God, this is embarrassing.
ready.
Holy shit.
What?
To the room! To the room, not the moon! Entering the blockchain hills.
Hey, what's that?
The Vladimir Club.
No, this is a real project. This is an actual project. Cryptoland is a real thing. Like, they have their own white paper and everything. A glimpse into the future we all deserve. Yeah, I guess that's one way of saying it. Oh, here. I guess this is a better explanation than I provided. It's a project headed by cryptocurrency enthusiasts to purchase an existing Fijian island and develop it into a haven for fellow cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Oh my god.
In this video, guys, I'm buying a real piece of land in crypto paradise on Fiji.
Shameless. Fucking shameless. Yeah, there's no dislikes though, so it must be good. Is it real though? No, man, it's a fucking scam. What do you mean, is it real? Here, I'll just keep letting the announcement play. Whoops.
Oh my... Wow!
Damn, this place looks sick.
Dope for vacations, but now
Yo, Bored Apes?
Folks approached me saying, Connie, we need somewhere where we can be programming surrounded by palm trees and views to open sea. They were sick of working
This is a great mascot. He's like
Why
a
do that
Clippy
when they can work from
for
paradise.
crypto.
So we built it. Come on in.
But all he can do is like
People are picking up their passes
vomit
for the event.
memes.
Hey,
he's having so much fun.
Until you see what's next.
Yeah.
The Crypto Restaurant. You're gonna love this, Christopher.
Oh, I get to eat NFTs. Well, we don't have any real food, but we do have receipts of food.
No, please, go ahead. I'm not a fan of forks, you know?
Oy, 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 oy.
Classic. Thanks. Enjoy your meal.
Jesus
See you around.
Christ. Yikes.
While you were...
What's that?
That's Cryptoland's Walk of
Oh,
Fame. Follow the
Satoshi!
Crypto stars and you'll get to the moon.
That was fun.
Boy, we are in Crypto Beach, and fun is the norm here.
Goddamn right, it's fun. Let's go.
Study the best.
What about the rug pull
Say
room?
when and friend, but enough of swim. Let's go to the proof.
Who is this for? 6-year-olds?
Work out, make the ladies pass out.
What the fuck is this, man? Is there any... I have to look this up. I'm not going to do it on stream because I don't want to see the Council of Cock, but I'm going on Twitter real quick. Does Cryptoland have like a good following? Like people that saw this and like, oh my god, paradise at last. This is what I was born for. I'll take 5 crypto... What were these? Crypto Kitty NFTs? What the fuck are they selling? I already forgot what it was called. This is sad. They posted an announcement 5 days ago. Dear Cryptolanders, we have been the victims of what seems to be a planned attack to harass, vilify, and twist our work. We condemn all the false information and false accusations being spread about Cryptoland and invite those who are truly interested to make their own research and politely ask us if they want to know anything about this amazing project. Much love, Cryptoland team. You know, bah humbug, fuck all those people that are misrepresenting the good work of the Cryptoland. I think they did a great job of making sure no one would ever be interested with this animation. I don't think there's any need to twist their words when this exists. Firefest for Crypto Virgins. I keep seeing that posted everywhere. Jesus Christ. My god, in their own household here. I can't find anything positive. Like, they're literally liking some of these tweets, too.
Crypto is in my chromosome.
Damn, this slaps. The gospel. The future is here, baby. And it's bright. Let's go. Alright, I'm coming to Cryptoland, baby. That looks amazing. That looks good.
I'm exhausted.
I come from New York City, New York.
Oh my god, even Crazy Frog's here? He's been minted into the blockchain? That's actually just gonna get me DMCA'd.
See you all there.
Hey, see you on Cryptoland. Alright, that looked awesome. The land of DMCA strikes and cease and desist letters. They have resorted to legal threats and DMCA strikes and misrepresenting information, is that right?
because they are doing the good old DMCA and sending legal threats to people.
Are they?
So good luck with that one, by the way, guys. But either way, let's start looking into some of this stuff. The tweet about age of consent, right? Somebody tweeted at them and said, "What's the age of consent on Cryptoland?" And the Twitter account responded with this: "Mental maturity should be more than enough." Winky face.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, this stirred up quite the shitstorm. Like just a normal question. You know? And such a normal answer. It's weird that people have been besmirching the good name of Cryptoland. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is where EDP's hanging out now. Like, he works there. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, this is a very fucking weird response. And especially the winky face at the end.
I know that this is going to sound ridiculous because this wouldn't hold up in a court of law.
Yeah, but you're going to bring up the winky face. The winky face is weird.
Public opinion. Why is there a winky face in there?
So this is when they started sending out cease and desist letters. It looks like the cease and desists are going well. Lol, 36k likes. Nice. The Cryptoland legal team. I promise you no such thing has ever existed in any crypto project ever. The legal team is, that's Voldemort's name. There's no such thing as legality when it comes to fucking crypto NFT teams. No shot.
It specifically states you can use this. It's free. Anybody can use this.
Oh, so they just used free assets.
But there is a condition, and the condition is
looks like so much hard work.
Credit me.
So they stole a bunch of
from
assets,
corporate entities, and giving it back to the people. But of course, not when it suits us. Not when the corporate.
Oh, so it actually did go through on YouTube. I think that's one of the most laughable parts about YouTube is that something like Cryptoland can still take down a video, like from just some person. That's pretty wild.
This is a video that's showing every single one of their things is from somebody else on Instagram.
So they stole everything, and it's a terrible project to begin with. Nice. Well, I'm all caught up. That animation was pretty fucking lit, though. That shit really kind of went in. Do we have any Cryptolanders in chat? Will I be seeing any of you guys on the island? I know a lot of people have made a hobby out of celebrating crypto bros taking L's, and this week they were eating good. Their bellies were stuffed because the largest L in cryptocurrency history, perhaps, just happened this week. FTX, the second largest cryptocurrency exchange, just went tits up and collapsed almost overnight, wiping out billions upon billions, which of course has financially ruined tons of normal people who never really understood anything about this shit in the first place and just were told how safe and smart it was to be in it. So they treat it like some kind of magical entity where, like the Tooth Fairy, they'll put money under their pillow and the FTX Fairy comes through and leaves a little extra under that pillow for them. But this time the Tooth Fairy came through and just burglarized them, and now that money has just been flushed down a toilet. Actually, it's even worse than that. It hasn't even been flushed down a toilet. It just vanished as if it never even existed in the first place. Now, a lot of people are looking back on this now with post-nut clarity, wondering how they could have ever ignored all the red flags about FTX, and more specifically, the man behind FTX, Sam. He went into an interview once and openly celebrated that it's a Ponzi scheme.
Like, you're just like, well, I'm in the Ponzi business, and it's pretty good.
And even after this, and him being very openly describing a Ponzi scheme, people continued to put tons and tons of money into FTX. And now, that's all just been vaporized. This seems to happen a lot in the crypto community. I think a lot of people are under the impression that everyone that has money is a genius, so they'll write this off as just Sam being quirky or something, until it all ends up with them losing all of their money. You know, I just feel like it may be a level of brainwashing, maybe a level of copium where they've already put money into this, so they just have to like fight tooth and nail for it and ignore blatant red flags, and just keep convincing themselves that this is eventually going to make them money, because they believe in the dream. And then most of the time it doesn't. This is like the 5th collapse of a massive crypto-based project in the last like 6 months. Oh, while we're already here, I kind of want to see Atrioc pick up the FTX saga post-collapse.
All right, I'm going to try and explain what's been going on with FTX, which is the largest crash in crypto history and probably the end of crypto. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. So here's this guy, Sam.
I will say, off rip, I know he's exaggerating. Unfortunately, it won't be the end of crypto, but god damn it, is it a wonderful fucking dumpster fire in and of itself.
Sam Bankman-Fried. He's like 30 years old, and he's been described as a wonder kid. He was put on the cover of Forbes as the next Warren Buffett, an investment god. He's also described as the most generous billionaire.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The
That's
guy
what I
you see
showed
next
you.
to me is the most generous billionaire in the world.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my story.
Sam has crazy hair. Sam
It is crazy hair.
in the Bahamas with Sam is 29 years old only, but Sam has $22 billion.
Or so he did. Because as of today, he is worth exactly 0 and facing jail time. So let's get...
Damn, I read that he had $22, but maybe they were just being nice. Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating. His net worth is legitimately non-existent right now. It's just wiped out. Also in the video, I don't know if Atriac's going to play much more of it. Big A probably won't let this one ride because it's a really stinky video. But when they're interviewing Sam, they ask him how he gets started. And I shit you not, he made it sound super easy that anyone could do it. He said, oh, well, you start with $10 million, and I noticed that Bitcoin was at $10,000 on a US exchange, but $11,000 on a Japan exchange. So I put my $10 million into Bitcoin at 10K, and then sold it for a 1K profit on the Japan exchange. And I did this every weekday, making $1 million a day. It's that easy. You just got to start with $10 million, and you too can be the next Sam. Literally, step 1, start rich. That is almost every billionaire's story.
It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
God.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff.
And he never was. Don't be like Larry. Don't miss out on crypto, on NFTs, on the next big thing.
God, that feels so good. Oh my lord. I don't remember that commercial like that, but that is beautiful. Larry was not wrong. That is correct. Man called it. Maybe we all need to be a little bit more like Larry.
Safe. They know that crypto is becoming this big thing, but they don't really understand it. They're afraid of being called out of touch.
That's one other thing that I've talked about a lot, but I can never understate the importance of it. I think the way these exchanges, as well as just like general NFTs and crypto, the way they present themselves and market themselves is so evil. They're very clearly targeting either older people or people with legitimate FOMO, fear of missing out. They're always saying it's safe, you're going to make money, like there's really no risk involved, it's easy to start up, it's quick. Like you are stupid if you're not putting your money in crypto because it's so guaranteed. And it's fucking wild how effective that is. Now, of course, I did the same thing. Yeah, 100%. Like when this shit was hitting hard, and it really wasn't crypto, it was GameStop stock because I had such a bad, such a bad time. Like I was so upset that I missed out on GameStop stock because I got told about it really early. I was like, nah, it's fucking stupid. So then GameStop happened, and then immediately the crypto boom happened after I'd already been in crypto for like 3 years prior, but just never got serious about it. And I had such bad FOMO, I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in on like every crypto, and lost everything in crypto. In every department of crypto. Well, I guess I haven't lost it because I still have all of it, but it's all worthless now. It's completely worthless. Half of them are rug pulls anyway. But like the marketing targets people with my mental illness, where it's like, oh, you mean like it's guaranteed? Like a cheat code? Oh, like it's safe too? Oh shit. Okay, then I'm in.
And just saying that it seems like a scam. So they start investing big money, but they want a safe option. And FTX, an exchange, almost like a bank, feels like a safe option. Here is an example. This is on Sequoia Capital, one of the most
nice Enron hat too. That's a nice touch.
In Silicon Valley. This is on their website. You can buy Bitcoin. You can send money in whatever currency to any friend anywhere in the world. You can buy a banana.
Huge.
Suddenly, the chat window on Sequoia's side of the Zoom lights up with partners freaking out. I love this founder, said one partner. I'm a 10 out of 10. Yes! Exclaimed a third.
What is that?
That's dumb enough. But then we find out.
I am a 10 out of 10. Is that flirting? Like, I don't even understand what that means. Like, a 10 out of 10 on the excitement scale? What the fuck is that even in reference to? You can buy a banana. I'm a 10 out of 10! Holy shit!
From all the money coming in to pay you. And the only way this really would go bad is if
they ran out of money.
Major market downturn and everything. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how a regular bank works.
Yeah, the way this goes bad is if the exact way FTX went bad. Hey, I want to withdraw my money. You can't. We can't cover that. You can't. We don't have the funds to cover your withdrawal.
You know, there's definitely some risk here, But in general, it's okay, especially because in a real bank, all of your money is guaranteed up to $250,000. It's called the FDIC insurance. It doesn't matter if the bank goes out of business. The government will make you whole. Crypto has nothing like that. Understand that like there's a variety of things that can be in this basket here. So imagine if instead of buying a house,
you're buying
real
Yu-Gi-Oh
estate,
cards
or things that generally are stable and appreciate in value. What if they bought a holographic Charizard?
Whoa, Bro, Big A and I are in the same fucking headspace here. Oh my god, we're mind melding. What the fuck? This is not pre-watched. Literally not pre-watched. My god.
Let's you say you give him $300,000.
No, I swear to god it's not pre-watched. He uploaded this during my stream.
All right.
No, I swear, I promise. I'm not a fraud. I'm no SBF. I've been streaming for an hour 30. He uploaded this 49 minutes ago. The math vindicates me. It proves I'm innocent.
So they have your money. They have more than what you've given them, but they don't have it liquid. So
not
in order
real
to give
money
you your money
yet.
back, if you're asking for it, they would have to sell the Charizard, collect their money, keep a little bit of profit, and give you your money back. Sell all of these Charizards at once without tanking the value of Charizards. Suddenly a Charizard
God, rest
is very
in peace,
cheap because they're
Charizard.
selling so many at once. Now imagine if instead of a Charizard, it was a dog shit crypto token. That
So
doesn't
good.
even have any basic value to begin with. What if
So this ties back into the CoffeeZilla video, in case anyone was confused when we were going over that. They put it, apparently, it came out in the research, they were putting everyone's money into shit coins. So I believe they had like Solana in there. They had their own like native one, the FTT token. Fuck, what were the others? Shit. There was a couple more. Literally just taking this money and putting it into shitcoins. So when people had this bank run, they couldn't pay them back because they couldn't sell those coins or anything. They couldn't actually give money back. So that's how all of it just started to crumble and collapse. Ooh, little jump scare here. Wanted to further explain this just a little bit in case anyone's still a little confused. So when you were putting money into FTX, FTX was then taking your money and putting it into shitcoins like the FTT token. And when people started to all try and sell, withdraw, take their money out, they couldn't sell off all of the shitcoins because they didn't actually have that money you put in anymore since it was now locked up into those other shitcoins. It wasn't liquid, so they couldn't pay it back, which of course leads to the eventual collapse. And actually, eventual is not even the right word. The sudden collapse of FTX as a whole. Honestly, the way that my brain keeps processing this whole thing is that it feels like you fell for a RuneScape scam. Like it's 2006, you were hanging out in Varrock and a guy said, "I'm doubling your money." So you give him like 100k GP and he just runs away with it. And you just never get it back. That's the way I'm looking at this whole thing now. Now, of course, I never had money in FTX. I always found it to be a little shady, so I never put anything into that, so I haven't lost anything here. I, of course, feel bad for the people that have. But man, looking at this in hindsight from an outside perspective, it really feels like people just got fucking blasted by a RuneScape scam.
who had something to say about Sam Bankman-Fried?
Big advocate for Sam because he has two parents that are compliance lawyers. If there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX. So,
you know what they're doing right here is.
Hey, this is Mr. Wonderful, the guy that said people living in poverty is great because it gives them something to work towards or whatever. Fuck, I'm misquoting him. It was even worse than that. God damn it, what did he say? Oh yeah, Kevin O'Leary says 3.5 billion people living in poverty is great news.
This, according to
Fantastic
Oxfam,
news.
of the world's 85 richest people is equal to the 3.5 billion poorest people.
It's fantastic. And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get up to the top. This is fantastic news, and of course I applaud it.
I applaud the 3.5 billion people living in poverty. Wonderful news. Now you're all motivated, idiots. So if you're not a billionaire like Kevin, it's your own fault.
Alameda Research, which is the other company that he owns, was making all of these terrible, terrible bets on crypto, with their CEO being a 28-year-old Harry Potter fan who also dated Sam Bankman-Fried. And I've seen interviews with her where it clearly shows she has no fucking idea what she's talking about when it comes to investment.
Whatever weird, like, meta food things, I don't know.
Meta foods?
Yeah, I feel like I did manage to get.
Starts taking money out of customer deposits at FTX and secretly funding Alameda Research illegally. This is illegal. That is where this becomes an N-word moment.
Interesting,
This is where it
okay.
becomes like a...
This is what's called a pro-gamer move. Sam taking money out of FTX to fund Alameda research is illegal and very big dicked. So big dick, in fact, that it might just land him an actual prison sentence. You're not allowed to. It's illegal. And it's not shocking to hear that this was going on, given how blatant Sam was about, like, Ponzi scheme and all of that. But man, is it wild to actually see it confirmed and come out.
That almost all of the money on their books, it's just FTT token. They had a bunch of FTT token that they said was worth.
That's
the
great,
exact
though.
amount of everyone's
You gotta
deposit.
love
And
FTT,
so people
though.
realize, wait a minute, if
better
we
than
ask
money.
for our money back, you can't sell these to get enough value to make all our money back. Like, our money no longer exists in this vault. It's just a bunch of this fucking token. Which is this guy.
CZ.
Basically says, I own a good amount of FTT token, and I'm going to dump it all. And that's going to make the price of this crash because it already is a shaky investment. It's not really worth what you say it is.
To further expand on that a little bit, CZ went on Twitter slinging meat and said, So after this leak happened, he said, I have a ton of that, and I'm going to dump it. And then he even made sure to say, it's not because FTX competes with Binance, our company, the #1 exchange. I'm doing it just because I want to be in the free market, and this is a little off-putting. So he makes this very public statement, which of course sends everyone that has FTT token or anything related to FTX into a frenzy like, holy shit, CZ is about to crash this whole empire. So then everyone in the community, of course, starts to get scared because CZ's walking in like the Undertaker and about to hit the entire FTX with a steel chair at WrestleMania. So he comes in, threatening to flip over the table because now it's been revealed the cat's out of the bag. FTX takes your money and makes worthless nothing burgers out of it in the form of FTT tokens. So when CZ comes in with a fat load, there's no way that they're going to be able to sell those FTT tokens at that price to give that money back. And everyone else that's now asking for the withdrawals and wanting their money back before the worst comes to pass, they can't fulfill it because all they have is these FTT tokens now. They don't have the liquid assets to be able to give those people what they're asking for anymore.
And so Binance originally offers...
I do think, like, extending this further beyond FTX, I really feel like this is like something that could happen to any crypto exchange. Maybe not Binance. I think Binance is at a point where they're too big to fail. I don't think they're like insolvent or anything. I don't think they could be hit by something like this, but I feel like every fucking other crypto exchange can. You never know. Hey, again, you never know. I did say that behavior from CZ, while being a Giga Chad move, has historically been like a dagger in the future. Do Kwon said something similar, did something similar on Twitter days before Terra Luna died, in very similar and tragic fashion. So it could. It absolutely could.
Nobody can get their money out, including this fucking man, Tom Brady, who's probably going to have to play football till he's fucking 59 now.
Oh, no.
Like TSM.
No.
Like the Miami Heat, all of which accepted major FTX sponsorship deals that lasted 10 plus years, are all not getting paid. TSM is built almost entirely on this FTX money, which is not getting paid. Well, all of the audits for FTX were performed by the first ever CPA firm in the metaverse. This is the firm that Wall Street relied upon to do accurate accounting on fucking FTX.
Well, let's hold on. Let's talk about the first ever CPA in the metaverse. Is there any point ever so far where the metaverse hasn't copped a huge L? I wouldn't even think metaverse would be implicated here, and yet it still somehow finds a way to be front and center at another major fuck up. That is so beautiful. That is the gift that just keeps on giving. Oh my god, what a joke. And there are still people that firmly swear by the viability of the metaverse. Everything that it even remotely comes in contact with is ruined and trash. That's so wonderful.
And I said Pepe laugh because guess what?
Oh.
As of today, a few hours ago, it shows that Binance's reserves are almost half of its holdings in its own token.
No!
It's the same problem. So crypto as a whole, basically every exchange,
Binance,
maybe buying Bitcoin on Coinbase, is fucking fraudulent.
Rough.
It's all fraudulent all the way down. It's all a massive Ponzi scheme. FTX official and FTX.
Oh yeah, this is the hack I was
wallets have
talking
been
about.
hacked, with over $600 million leaving the exchange late Friday. It's convenient, hacked. I'm sure this is probably a last-minute looting by people that had access in the Bahamas to whatever was left of this fucking absolute Ponzi scheme.
Yep, the Miami Heat arena is named FTX. We said it on stream yesterday. They're going to need a new title sponsor for the arena. We won't pay anything for it, but if they just need to slap a name on the Miami arena in the meantime while FTX dies and burns, they can call it the Moist Miami Arena. Like, we're down. We'll be the title sponsor for fun. I don't know if that really helps them in any way, but we're super open to it until they can find someone that will pay the millions upon millions that FTX was paying or promising to pay. In fact, we'll probably... You know what? If we paid them $100, that's probably more than FTX will ever be able to pay them, since they're worth $0 now. So if anyone works at the Miami Arena, reach out to our guys. We'll make it happen. That was a great video from Aatrox. From Atrioc there. That was beautiful. I would say even if you have your own Bitcoin on your own wallet, be very afraid. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with that anymore. This shit is so crazy. What's Bitcoin worth right now? Along with the rest of the world, TSM has been closely following the situation surrounding FTX. We have no insight into the matter other than what has been reported publicly. We are currently consulting legal counsel to determine the best next steps to protect our team, staff, fans, and players. To be clear, TSM is built on a solid foundation. We are stable and profitable, and we continue to forecast profitability for this year, next year, and beyond. We look forward to a great year in 2023. They made it... Okay, so last year they claimed they finally had profit. Okay. And it was a $210 million deal, not $260. I'll just take their word for it. I have no reason to doubt it.